What's up everybody, it's Block here, just coming at you with a deck profile of my Gimmick Puppets, which of course has got the amazing new support and now even has an FTK. But obviously, yeah, so it's sort of one of the older decks. To be fair, it's the first deck I started playing like 10 years ago or whatever when it came out, when I first got sort of back into the game in my early 20s. God, it's such a long time ago. I'm 32 next year. I'm getting too old for this, kids. But yeah, no, so it's always a deck that I've absolutely loved playing, and kind of when the new support got announced, I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. I can kind of play, like a tiered deck almost, and it's, one of my favourite decks. This makes it even better. But anyway, this is kind of the first build I've done. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get into the deck profile. So of course, we'll start off with the main deck, and to start off, we've got three of one of the new ones of the Rogue Doll. Obviously absolutely amazing. So basically when it's sent, when it's in your hand, you can reveal Gimmick Puppet Xyz, special summon this, and then one monster from your deck that's the same level as the rank that you revealed. And if this card's sent to the graveyard except from the hand, you can add it back to your hand. So Foolish Burial, boom, you've got it straight there. Which, speaking of Foolish Burial, we do play three of the Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers, which again, on normal or special summon, is a Foolish Burial for a Gimmick Puppet to a different level, which once per turn, of course, it'd be too powerful. And once per turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target up to 2 Gimmick Puppet monsters you control, increase the level by 4. So that's how we do kind of the FTK and things like that. Then next I played 2 of the Cattle Scream, which is really, really good. So you can detach material from an Xyz you control, special summon it from your hand to graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. It's a great fetch to be able to get more materials, be able to get into more rank 8s. And if a Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster has this card's material, gains this effect, you can target, once per turn, you can target a monster your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to their field and defense position. So again, just loading up our opponent's field just for things to pop and to burn as go for the OTK. Then next I play one of the Bistol. Absolutely amazing card. Just be able to discard a Gimmick Puppet to special summon it. It's amazing. It's a level 8. And kind of the same, the one-off Drury Doll as well. Which again, used to be kind of the main card that the whole deck used to go around, but kind of it's a bit more these now. But obviously with this one, when it's in your graveyard, banish another Gimmick Puppet and you can special summon it. But it can only be used for a Gimmick Puppet Xyz, which is absolutely a great effect, especially, because obviously a lot of people are going to be playing hand traps and things, having sort of these like extenders and things like that. Absolutely amazing. Then next, run one of the Terror Baby, which helps us sort of part of the combo to be able to do the FTK. So when it's normal summoned, target Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard, special summon it. It's a monster reborn. It's really, really good. And also you can banish it from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your Gimmick Puppet effects, which is, again, another amazing effect. Then do play 1 Scissor Arms. To be fair, that in older builds never used to play at 1, but kind of now sort of needing kind of the Foolish Burial effects to get the deck rolling. It's coming pretty decent. And of course, with the new rank 8s, you do get a second normal summon. I think it's just Machine rather than Gimmick Puppet, which is really good. So of course you get another normal summon. That's it for the Gimmick Puppets, as it's quite a small engine now, because it is pretty much, 1 card combos. Then kind of next play 3 Nib, and 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 1 Ghost Belt, and 1 Droll. Again, as I always say, with these deck profiles, hand traps can be whatever you want. These are kind of the best hand traps, I feel, and obviously, things like for cross out targets, because especially if the field spell's not up, kind of have to use extenders and things like that, and you Gimmick Puppet stuff can be affected. So playing things like these, things that we cross out targets, basically, just stopping things that we hate and this deck hates. So that is the monsters. Now on to the spells and traps. On to the spells and traps, of course, we play 3 of the Mansion. The field spell, absolutely amazing. All good field spells obviously start off with the first line. When this card is activated, add insert archetypes monster from deck to hand, which is amazing. So it does that. So hence why just going into that, into Little Soldiers, just starts the FTK. And of course, all of your stuff can't be destroyed by battle and is unaffected by activated effects of your opponents, which again is just broken. It's like the ultimate field spell. If Gimmick Puppets end up doing really, really well, that's definitely going to get hit. And also, once per turn, you can detach material from Xyz monster you control, target a Gimmick puppet monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field in defense position to be able to pop and destroy and burn them. Next, I play one Condolence Doll. Play it at 2, play it at 3. You play multiples with it, kids, I'm afraid. But unfortunately, I only have one right now, and sort of looking on eBay and stuff like that, is literally like a 3-4 quid common. I'm kind of like, don't really want to pay that much on a common, but I will probably bite the bullet and certainly get a second copy. Play at least 2, you can play 3. Next, I do play the one Junk Puppet, which is basically just a Monster Reborn for the deck. It's kind of good. Opponent stops you play, having extenders and things like that. And then next, play 2 of the Rank Up Magic Chaos Force, which again I think is one of the better Rank Up Magics for sure. Obviously works really, really well in this deck, of course, which is amazing. So obviously being able to rank up into a Chaos Xyz, and then if you do one that is level 6 or higher, once per still, you can add it back to your hand, which is a great effect to be able to recycle and use it. And next, just for some one-offs here, we've got 1 Terraforming, obviously Search Field spell is amazing. 1 Foolish Burial, because everything likes to be in the graveyards. Then next, obviously, 3 Crossouts, hence all the Crossouts targets, because this deck does get messed up by hand traps, to say. Obviously, same again with the Call by the Grave. And next we play one of these trap cards, is the Service Puppet Play. It's a bit more of a... It's just because the Chaos level 9, the new one, rank 9 rather, does search a trap on summon, so you kind of play that one. It's kind of it's probably the best one. It's better than Puppet Parade, I would say, as well. But again, it's a really good card. So it's target monsters your opponent controls up to a number of Gimmick Puppet Xyz you control. You get to take control of them during the you get to take control of them until the end phase, which is a great effect, especially kind of if our opponent stops us from playing, but we've got a couple of Xyz, we can kind of stop them from playing as well. And if it's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, and you control a Gimmick Puppet Xyz, you can banish this card, then target 1 Xyz monster in either graveyard, special summon it to either field and defense position. So again, just trying to help us to get to the sort of OTK and all the burn damage. And finally, of course, play the 3 Imperm. Great cross-out target, and of course, great against our opponent. So that is the Monsters, Spells, Traps main deck. Now on to the extra deck. Of course, we play 2 of the new, absolutely fantastic rank 8 for this deck. Gimmick Puppet Fantasix Machinex. Absolutely amazing. So it's detach material from this card. Add 1 rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand, which is absolutely amazing effect. It's obviously, it does help with the OTK, but if you could have given this card to Gimmick Puppets a good couple of years back, being able to search your rank up would have made it into a reasonable, probably kind of rogue kind of strategy. I think could have done sort of really, really well, just being able to summon big monsters quickly. But anyway, we move on with the FTK. And of course, it allows you to have another normal summon during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal with a machine monster. And if you special summon a Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster, except during a damage step, of course, you can special summon this card to either field and defense position, then add 1 rank up magic spell from your graveyard to your hand. So absolutely amazing effect, being able to recycle the Argent Chaos Force, and obviously being able to go to our opponent's field to get the FTK in. Then of course, play 2 of the rank up higher, the rank 9 Fanatics. I think that's how you say it. And when it's special summoned, obviously as I said earlier, add 1 of the traps, and you can detach material from this card. Special summon 1 monster from either graveyard to your opponent's field and defense position. And if a monster is special summoned, except during a damage step, as always, you can target 1 of them, destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to half its original attack, which is a great effect. Obviously with the FTK, it's kind of, I can see this effect maybe if you use a quick play rank up, obviously being able to do that on your opponent's turn, things like that. I could see the deck possibly swinging that way if it kind of gets hit because of the FTK. It's another way we can go. But anyway, obviously Gimmick Puppet Strings, which has pretty much been the best Xyz in the deck since the deck came out. Obviously detach material and place the string counter on everything on the field except this card. And if you do, during the opponent's next end phase, destroy monsters for string counters and then burn your opponent for 500. But we're not too bothered about that second half, just mainly the string counters. Obviously to go into dark strings, which is obviously the rank up on this one. So when it's summoned, destroy all monsters on the field with string counters. And if you do, you draw one card and then inflicts. So I'm pretty sure you can ash this effect, which is quite funny. It's always one of those when you get those effects that you can just ash, which is quite funny. You can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original attack of those monsters destroyed it. Your choice if tied, and then you can detach material to add string counters, but as you're not going to do that, you've already got it out. Then of course play 2 of the Giant Hunter, which again was the part of the FTK, but of course it is a really good monster because it does destroy special summon monsters on our opponent's turn during the main phase. Quite funny, you can activate up to twice per turn, so pretty much summon it and you can destroy 2 special summon monsters. And of course if it's in disease monsters, then you inflict damage equal to its attack points. You can very much tell this was a card kind of made in the Xyz era, which is just hilarious. If it was made now, it would be sort of any special summon extra. And then we do play the 1 Giant Hunter. Really like Giant Hunter. You don't kind of go into it too much. I've sort of found playing, because you are mainly just going for the FTK, of course, now. But you can detach material, target a card in your opponent's field, destroy it, and if it's a monster, inflict damage equal to its attack, which is amazing. I do play one of the Gigantis dolls. Don't go into it too much, but it is one we can go into, and it is quite funny if you do go into it, stealing our opponent's monsters and then taking control of them, and you contribute him, they become level 8, so immediately become, you know, Giant Grinder, Gimmick Strings, immediately just use our monsters to Xyz. Then of course next, obviously another big part of the combo for the FTK is Chimera Doll, obviously absolutely amazing Link monster that came out for this deck during the time of the Link era, of course. So it's during the main phase. When it's Link summon, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck except Machine Xyz, and then you can get a Gimmick Puppet, either Foolish Bury it or add it to your hand. And if you control all Gimmick Puppet monsters, so basically just this, you can special summon it. Amazing effect. And then just for a couple of one-offs, just for the Dingirsu, we can get into it easy enough. And of course, because we're playing all Xyz, the Zeus as well. So anyway, so that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. And I'll see you in the next one, and I'll let you know how this deck gets on. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.